What are we doing?
Go ahead, say your name and age.
Justin Snyder, 21.
Eric Wesley, 31.
Jennifer Snyder, 25.
Derek Polson, 28.
Okay, it's going. I decided to do my presentation on my persuasive report. For this, I decided to pick a charity, and my audience would be my coworkers and my employer. Every year at the Walgreens Distribution Center in Perrysburg, we choose a charity to raise money for. And this year, I decided to nominate the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. The reason I chose this charity is because my younger brother, Justin, was diagnosed this past August with acute leukemia. He was only 20 years old at the time, with a daughter on the way, and if it wasn't for organizations like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, he probably wouldn't be here today. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society was born out of a family's grief following the death of their teenage son. Robert Rosler DeVille, son of a well-to-do New York family, was only 16 years old when he quickly succumbed to leukemia in 1944. 5 years later, frustrated by the lack of effective treatments for what was then considered a hopeless disease, parents Rudolph and Antoinette DeVille started a fundraising and education organization in their son's name. The headquarters was in a small Wall Street office. The Robert Rosler DeVille Foundation had only a few volunteers and a tiny budget. The task was daunting because, for the most part, leukemia patients, especially children, died within 3 months of being diagnosed. Even by the 1950s, when the first generation of chemotherapy drugs began appearing, the disease remained a stubborn challenge. The Foundation reported in its 1955 annual report, as of this date, leukemia is 100% fatal. This is almost a unique situation among the many diseases to which man is susceptible. Driven by the DeVille's nearly boundless belief that leukemia and other blood cancers were indeed curable, the Foundation grew steadily, opening its first chapters in the New York City area. The organization, after changing its name to the Leukemia Society, was renamed the Leukemia Society of America in the 1960s to communicate a broad national reach. And then finally, in 2000, it was changed to the Leukemia Lymphoma Society to reflect its commitment to curing all blood cancers. And this year, in 2009, they will be celebrating their 60th anniversary and its commitment to curing blood cancers and helping patients and their families. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has been developing new initiatives that have strengthened the organization's role as the leading private funder of blood cancer research and provider of programs for patients and their families. With the help of major fundraising campaigns including Team in Training, which is the world's largest endurance sports training program, and Light the Night Walk, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has awarded more than $600 million in research since the first funding in 1954. The commitment to cutting-edge science has continued to an unprecedented rise in survival rates. For some blood cancers, the relative 5-year survival rate for people with leukemia, for example, nearly quadrupled in the past 48 years. Hodgkin lymphoma is now considered one of the most curable forms of cancer, thanks to radiation, chemotherapy, or the combination of the two. New research programs is already creating tomorrow's treatments and perhaps laying the groundwork for ultimate cures. The very first one is the Specialized Center of Research, SCOR, which is the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's largest and most innovative research initiative, which emphasizes collaborating across universities, labs, and national boundaries. The Next one is the Translational Research Program, TRP, which supports research that shows strong promise for translating basic biomedical knowledge to new treatments that will ultimately prolong and enhance patients' lives. The last one is the Career Development Program, which provides stipends to investigators in the early stages of their careers. With its popular information resource center, LLS connects patients, families, and caregivers to oncology nurses and social workers. In 2007, the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society made 5.1 million contacts with patients, caregivers, and healthcare professionals, helping people find life-saving and supportive information through every phase of their illness. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is committed to finding cures for leukemia and related diseases and improving their lives of those affected by the disease. This is an ambitious task and they need your help. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society has invested $61 million annually in support of more than 200 researchers, provides financial assistance to patients, sponsors scientific conferences around the country, produces educational materials and videos, and runs over 50 support groups and receives no government federal funding. So that is why you need to help support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Ways that you can help: you can first donate. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society relies on the support of individuals, corporations, and foundations to fund the Society's research initiatives, patient services, and education programs. You can participate in events. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society holds hundreds of fundraising events annually. Whatever your interest is, there's ways for you to get involved, have fun, and accelerate cures. You can partner with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. You can also send a free e-postcard. Complete 3 simple steps to send a postcard to your friends and family, encouraging them to volunteer or support the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. You can volunteer. They need volunteers to help through the year to help with the leukemia and the programs that they run. And you can finally stop at the e-store, and they offer special offers. So LLS is a great organization to support. So please donate, and if possible, because like I said before, my brother Justin probably wouldn't be here today, sitting in the audience, if it wasn't for organizations like this. Thank you.